Russian arm bar or the leg lock, Russian arm bar or the rolling arm bar is a awesome technique. And I think the Russians were the first ones to start using this technique. Very important for any form of submission grappling. And as long as you do jiu-jitsu, you'll see endless variations of this and how to get into it. It's a must know. The first one is rolling him forward, okay? So he's on all fours, he's in the prone position, and I come here, like this. And what I want to do is I'm going to shoot this hand through. I can put this hand, the other hand on the ground, and I grab my own jacket, I weave my leg all the way through, and then I put my left shin on the back of his head, and my forehead on the ground. I start to roll like this, just like this. And then I'm going to take this hand here, and I'm going to grab his pants and pull them in this big circle over my head like this. Pull. Then I'm going to sit up, control his head like so, and I have the first of the rolling arm bars. Same position. This time he's going to defend by poking his head up and over my shin. So he's in the prone position, and I've established rear mount again. Okay? So I'm going to hit the first and the most effective of all of the Russian arm bars, the rolling arm bar. So I put this hand down on the ground, I weave this one all the way through, and I start to put my shin on the back of his head because I want to roll him. Well, he defends by popping his head up and through, like this. So at this point what I do is I take my right hand, I weave it back through, and I start to hook his face, and I pull it to me and over. And then I have it in the opposite direction. Again, I'm here, I'm controlling him, I just grab to get in this position, I grab his jacket, put both my feet in, and then I weave this hand through, and I put my right hand on the ground, I weave my right foot all the way through, see my toes pointing up by his thigh, and I put my shin down, start to roll one way. He pops his head through. So what I do is I switch my arm, I come back and I grab my own jacket, and I take my left hand, I curl his head into me, pull me on top of him, and roll him back in the other direction. The Brazilian variation is the most finite. It's the quickest, and probably the most effective of the three. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the exact same arm bar, but I'm not going to roll at all. Mr. McMahon's in the prone position. Turn around here. This one. Yeah. He's in the prone position, and I come here and I attack him again. Boom. And I do the exact same arm bar. I put my hand on the ground, I put my shin on the back of his head, I weave my right leg through and over his thigh, but instead of rolling at all, I just lean back. And I do the arm lock without rolling him at all. Again, let's do it. I'll turn around this one. No, the other one. I want to do it right here.
Yeah, okay.
Keep going, keep going. Keep turning.
Okay.
Okay, I'm here. I attack, like this. I put my right hand over, I start to roll like this without rolling him at all. I grab his wrist, and I'm exaggerating the motion, and I pull back. An important side note is that in order to get the cross-body arm locks and the spinning arm bars that we've been working on, you've got to be able to roll out onto your stomach and change the angle of the arm bar when the guy pushes into you. And you do the exact same arm bar from the guard position. Something that we've been working on. I'm here, and I hit the spinning arm lock, and I push off my calf to create the spinning arm lock. I'm going to bring that foot over. And I start to lock this out here, and he's going to start to stand up on me and start pushing into me. So I'm going to do the exact same arm bar. I'm going to push him over, like so, and then here we are again. Okay? Now I can reach back, grab his pants leg, pull him back over. It's the exact same arm bar, but I've done it from the guard position. Naked stranglehold. This is a common thing that happens in street fights. It will never be as technical as the mata leon, which is the techniques that we practice here when we're doing jiu-jitsu. But it is, in all probability, I mean, it is possible, rather, that a guy could just run up behind you when you're fighting somebody else, or when you're at an ATM machine, and hit you in the naked stranglehold. Go ahead and do it like this. This is a bad thing to happen, okay? If this happens, you have to get out quickly. And so you have to be home. You have to know exactly what to do, and you have to have done grappling enough to where your body reacts without thinking. The first thing that you need to do is grab his arm and put your chin down to your chest to create some airspace, okay? So when he's here, and he starts to hit you with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this here, put my chin down like so. Now I've neutralized the choke. And I've already started to turn into him. I'm going to turn this way and hook behind his leg and come down on one knee. Then at this point, what I could do is I could finish him with the arm lock, or I might choose to get up and run away. Again, the self-defense against the naked stranglehold at a different angle. I'll be facing the camera this time.
I'm going to do it on my left side so you can throw me here.
Okay, okay, so I'm here, and I look down, and then I just turn my hips to the side, and I fall down on one knee, and I'm out. He's like this, so it's easy for me to do a shoulder throw from here, or a hip throw from here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kick out my hip like so, and look down, same way to defend, kick out my hip, and so let him roll over my hip. That's one of the techniques that you can use to escape from the naked stranglehold, a hip throw. Okay. The best ways to defend against the bear hug and back are the Kazushi Sakuraba style, which he used against Renzo Gracie when he was in the corner of the ring facing away, and Renzo Gracie grabbed him from behind. And the Russian rolling leg lock, which Oleg Takarov made famous when he was fighting two wrestlers, Dan Severin, and again with David Beneteau. And let's do the arm lock first. This man has me like this in the bear hug. The first thing I have to do is I have to put both hands on one side, not like this. You'll have more leverage like this. I'm going to kick my hips out and bend my knees. Boom! And this should break his open. Then I'm going to keep control of this arm, come back and grab my own wrist, and then I'm going to spin around on my left foot, like so, and create the arm lock, just like this. Again, this man has me in the bear hug from behind. I grab his both hands. I kick my hips out like so. I come, I grab my own wrist, I spin around to create the arm lock. The knee bar. If someone puts me in a bear hug from behind, I could roll forward and I could put him in a knee bar. That's not the first thing you want to do, but it is one thing you could do. It is possible. And in a street fight, almost anything can happen to you. In a street fight, there's no set movement. Guys will move on you in ways that you won't imagine because there's so many different variables. A, the guy doesn't know how to fight, more than likely. B, you know you're on a rough surface in a parking lot or in a crowded bar. C, you don't know what he's thinking. You might be worried about someone seeing him. You might be worried about your friends jumping in. So you can't rule out the rolling leg lock, but it isn't the first thing that you want to do. But it does work, and it is for real. So Mr. Man has me in a bear hug, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook with this leg first to control that leg. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of bend over and drop my head on the floor and get the knee bar like so. Boom. From a different angle. He's like this. what I'm going to do is I'm going to step back and hook his leg, and then I'm going to just drop and roll. So I'm here, boom, and I kick him over and start to work the knee bar, kind of like so. There is another way to do it. There's a way where you can do a straight knee bar without the roll. And what I do is, Mr. McMahon comes up behind me, hits me at the bear hug. Go ahead. I step back. I don't hook anything, and I just reach down, grab his knee, and I pull up and fall down. And from here, if you want to finish it, come back, hit a toe hold, hit the knee bar, just like so. And the last one I'm going to show, when I stop and think about it, is something that Mark Kerr has done before. And this is a wrestling move. And if you do it right, I mean, you could really slam the guy hard. But I think it's important. In fact, not too long ago at a seminar, I was showing the first arm lock, and the guy said, "Well, what if he can't break his grip? You know, what do you do then?" And I threw the guy down on the ground. But what I do here, for fear of not having a better name for it, I call it a reverse Raigoshi. Raigoshi is a sweeping loin throw. But he has me in a bear hug from behind. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep my leg, but I'm going to sweep through it backwards. And I'm just going to put this hand over. So I come here like this, and I sweep through him backwards like this. And he'll fall over. If I really wanted to slam him hard, I would come and I'd kick that leg up in the air. But I'm not going to do it because it's a rough landing. Again, I'm here, right? I come through, and I lift, and I kick this leg up in the air, and he'll usually let go. If not, then you land on top of him.